Welcome to the completion of round 16 of the CMAX Premier League with live softball action coming to you from West Beach, South Australia on beautiful Ghana land. My name's Anthony Weatherstone. I'm your host tonight. Joining me is, I've been introducing him as son of softball legend Jill Williams, Pete Williams, but I can also now publicly announce the new board member of SA Softball. Welcome, Peter.
Yes, g'day. New role, new times, but definitely looking for positives in the future.
Yeah, and he's already made mention that he doesn't want to be introduced as Jill Williams' son anymore. He's now a board member in his own right.
Moved on.
On the mic as well, sort of officially for the first time, I think. We did sort of have a catch-up in the Fully Loaded series, but tonight we've got one of the genuine young superstars in the game here in the CMAX Premier League. She's a Port Adelaide immortal as Port Adelaide Premiership year last year. She's the shortstop, under 18s for state, under 23 state. She's also a member of the Open Women's Stars that won the national championships, and she also won the Emerging Athlete of the Year last year at the State Sport Awards. It's Taylor Chillingworth. How are you, Taylor?
I'm great. How are you?
I mean, that's I've shortened that intro. That's the scary thing is that's the short version of it. So we're going to have a chat to Taylor throughout the night. Obviously plays shortstop for the Magpies. She's been known to pitch a little bit as well, and she's going to be heading off to join the San Jose State Spartans out in the Mountain West Conference in NCAA 1 later this year. So we're looking forward to having a bit of a chat about that. We've also got Charlize Callahan coming in to have a bit of a chat to us about the Indigenous round that just happened on Saturday. Unfortunately, due to the weather, we weren't able to broadcast, so our apologies for that. But we're back tonight. We're going to get Charlize on soon to have a bit of a chat. Tonight, Sturt v Hills, 4th v 5th, but a big game in the sense that if Sturt win tonight, they'll actually jump up into second place. So a lot on the line for the Falcons this evening. Hills just right on the edge of the 4. Sort of need everything to go their way if they were to make a push.
Yeah, pretty much tonight is the night of nights for them. They don't get up here tonight, it's pretty much season over. Sturt, on the other hand, looking to get up into that top 2 with a strong win.
Yes, and they'd favoured themselves because they're the first team to beat West Torrens this year. West Torrens just coming off of a 12-0 win over Walkerville on the weekend. So starting us up tonight, it's Ruby Fidge pitching to the number 2 batter, the number 1 batter, playing second base, Taylor LaRosa.
Confusing, I get it. She's got 2 and 1 on her, on her jumper.
I shouldn't have looked. At the end of the innings, Taylor, we're going to get you to run around the diamond for us. So it's a couple of the things that Pete and I like to get people to do when they come on. We're just delegating duties.
Yeah, I'll try my best.
I call it the warm-up.
Yeah. LaRosa, watchful early. She gets herself to a good hitting count here. Takes another high pitch. So Ruby Fidge in the circle tonight. The young lady Strandland, who we believe is the other pitcher, not here this evening. So some youth on the bench that may get called on as LaRosa levels the count up at 2-2.
Be interesting to see what Hills do here. I mean, they've got to win, so they've got to be positive. They've got to be really aggressive and positive in the box. If you're going to play Sturt, you're generally not going to hold them to a zip scoreline.
Well, they came up with a good win on the weekend against Glenelg, where they held Glenelg to zip and scored a couple themselves on the back of a great pitching performance by Christine Kitchener. So obviously they'll be looking to carry that momentum positively forward, and Sturt have been pretty ruthless recently. So change up, lined out to right field as LaRosa picks up a stand-up single to get the Hills heat underway this evening.
Cracking hit there. She really leant into that and got it nice and flat off the bat, just clearing the infield as we see on the replay. Really dove straight into it, got it right in the sweet spot, out of the outfield, one bounce into the glove, but makes her way to first.
Yeah, well fielded by Adam Kennedy there, keeping the ball in front of her. So it's the pitcher, Christine Kitchener, or known as Noah, at the plate. Be interesting to see if they adopt the short tactic. She didn't bat early on when she arrived, but after some fun at the state championships, she's been batting since and having some fun with it. Shows bunt, plays bunt, ball just goes foul. It just spins out just at the last second. Tonkin was all over it.
We saw one of them a couple of weeks ago, a bit later in the game, where the footprints had obviously been dug out a bit more and that ball stayed fair. Obviously, it's a bit early for that ball to stay in the play there and just spun back.
So 1-1, probably expecting space. She's driven this one over to the right side of the diamond, but it's gone foul. One bounce into the fence. So the Heat here with an opportunity to put some early schoolball pressure on. It's the number 5 hitter and tonight's catcher, Tyler Asland. Just pokes at that one.
Getting bat on ball, so just got to get her timing right, pick the pitch that she needs.
I saw on social media she was doing some tee work in what looked like the great outdoors on her social feeds there. So let's see if that practice is going to help her tonight. Another change up. This one is going to bounce and it's going to score the run. I don't know if she meant to do it, but it's worked out beautifully for Tyler Asland here as the ball. Just watching KT trying to hook her. Yep, as she comes off for the speed up rule there. So just on the CMAX replay, she just got the bounce, and even though Adams had come down and attacked it, LaRosa had taken a great jump because obviously the 2 out, and there wasn't anything Neve could do when she got there.
Yeah, she did everything right on that ball. There's not much you can do with that.
It's the DP, Sasha Penglaze, who doesn't take any pitches like the batters before her and unfortunately grounds back out to the pitcher and retires the Heat.
Yeah, good start by the Heat there. They got at least one of those runs home, as I said, they needed to do early when the opportunity existed with only the 1 out, 2 runners on. Maybe a little bit of lucky hitting, some good advancing of getting the runners to 2 and 3, and then a little bit of luck. I mean, that ball dribbling up to Neve Adams, generally on her arm, you ain't going to be getting to first, but when it's that far up the line for her to get, you give yourself a chance.
So yeah, it'd be interesting. This is where Sturt have been dangerous. Both their young pitchers have been doing a good job defensively, considering the lineup they've got around them. But it's the offense of Sturt's that's really started to kick into gear. Obviously, there's not too many better top 4s when you look at, you know, Tonkin, Adams, White, Cameron. It's a pretty brutal 4 that you've got to get through before you start making some inroads. But Kistner had a great game on the weekend. The important thing for her tonight is to obviously carry that momentum and make these Sturt players work for it. So have you faced Kistner as well, Taylor?
I have, but I think it was the first game she played here, so
right.
She's a little bit nervous.
Yeah, right.
And then we faced her a second time, and then it was
game? Yeah, right.
It was a bit different. Like, she picked up a bit of pace, seemed a bit more confident. So
okay.
Yeah, she's a very good pitcher.
Yeah, right. Yeah, she's been impressive for the Hills. So
I think she's really liking chucking to Tyler as well. It's a very strong duo they got going.
Do a lot of work together, those two, in the downtime away from the diamond, so they know each other pretty well when it comes time to step out there. And I think what's important here is Sturt, most of the season, probably would have had leads in their games. I mean, it's only in the middle at the moment, but had leads in their games, so it's given the confidence for those pitchers to do what they've got to do. Hopefully the senior ones just get around her now and let Ruby know that she's done a good job.
Sarah Tonkin having a great year, batting .434 as a leadoff, which is insane when you consider her on base as .508. So doing a great job for Coach Adams for the Falcons, and obviously that's reflected in the amount of runs that she's scored. Here she just grounds over to the third base side, as Peyton Daniels does one pump in the glove, makes a good play, good throw, and retires the dangerous leadoff.
Yeah, nice piece of fielding, backhand glove work, and then flick straight over, straight to Kelly O'Brien at first, a little stretch, and gets the out.
So Neve Adams looking to be the Falcons base runner for their first opportunity, with White and Cameron to follow. Some heat on that one from Kistner across the plate. Outfield fairly deep. Shows bunt, catches the heels, napping, but Kistner athletically jumps forward, and La Rosa doesn't cheat, makes good ground and sets it up beautifully and takes a good take. On the CMAX replay, you just see here Adams, she caught everybody first and third, but Kistner was quick enough to get in there and make the out. An important second out as the Olympian makes her first at bat tonight. Only batting 600, Belle White. Remember, obviously, she hasn't played all the games this year, obviously carrying a bit of a shoulder injury early. So she's missed some games, but still 18 for 38 is a reasonable day out.
She's a 600 with a shoulder injury.
Yeah. Yeah. She was dominant for the Stars in the Gillies as well. She was outstanding through the national championship run. So the problem is you've got to take her on because you've got Cameron to follow. So Aslan just gets through her in the dirt. That's the one thing I've noticed about Aslan, super positive, which I reckon as a pitcher, I mean, obviously as a pitcher yourself, Chili, you'd be sort of looking for those types of things.
Wouldn't count myself as a pitcher. But yeah, of course. Always love a positive catcher. Sure.
White just smashes the ball so hard that it comes out of LaGrosse's glove at second. White turns, looking to put some pressure on at second, but the Hills Heat outfield keeps her pinned at one. Be looking forward to seeing this shot on the CMAX replay. It was a rocket.
Yeah, Talia, obviously the backhand move had to get across and it just had plenty of speed on it. I think it's probably just taking the edge of the glove, hasn't quite gone in, just dribbled out.
Hit it pretty hard. Maddie Cameron, fairly aggressive clean-up hitter, likes to get after it early in the count. Kistner high and away. Cameron disciplined enough to stay off it. Maddie, by her own standards, only 388 at the moment. So
do not ride her off though.
Oh, absolutely. Hard ground out, and KT calls foul just in front of Peyton Daniels as the ball dribbles out to left field. Yeah, I think it was not last season. I think it was the season before. She was sitting in the 600s, Cameron. So you could have thrown a golf ball at her and I think she would have hit that over the fence. So she's dangerous. She's powerful. Goes again, and a mirror of just what's happened. No need to show the replay because
play the one from before.
It was the same one. As you can see, Peyton Daniels there, just looking at two in a row. I'm not entirely sure that I'd want to be standing about 50 feet from Maddie Cameron on the inside at third base, if you don't mind. Thanks.
No, you want your reflexes at your best, that's for sure.
Yeah. So behind in the count, Cameron, 1 ball, 2 strikes. The Falcons 2 out, wide at first. Takes it high and away again. Cameron disciplined enough to stay off of it. She levels the count 2-2.
Talking about reflexes, Taylor saw in a game last week before, a bit of a dive out to the right there at shortstop. Yeah. Got off the ground. Airport were ringing about traffic control on you. You were that high. Felt good?
Yeah, no, it was very much reflexes, both of them.
Ground out, another hard hit ball to shortstop, and Williams actually knocks it down with her bare hand, which is not something that I'd recommend. Not that I don't think she had much chance to get out of the way, because Cameron's just smashed that ball, and she's got a terrible hop, and there was nothing she could do about it.
Look here on the replay, that just about 1.5 meters in front of it, takes his kick up, oh, he just missed it, takes the kick up into her and completely had no chance once it's there. Did well to keep it in front of herself.
So after getting the first 2 outs, the Falcons have been able to get both of their stars onto first and second. And as she has many times before, Natasha Straps comes to the plate with runners on. She's batting .227 this season, but with runners on, she goes up to .364. So she knows the responsibility she's got. Ball in the dirt, but great job by Aslan to just knock that straight down. Riley Moore, the DP, is the on-deck hitter.
Yeah, not really anyone in that Sturt lineup.
Straps gets underneath it. The ball's high. The outfield was fielding deep. We said that before. And Jorgensen comes in, and the ball just through the relay. Nobody was watching, and the ball's just split through the relay and hit the back fence. And the Hills have given up 2 runs. You see here on the CMAX replay, we talked about just being deep before. Jorgensen's come running in, maybe a little bit of lack of communication there, and then the throw's just gone wild down the third baseline, and the Falcons have jumped straight back in.
I think they set themselves a little bit deep there so they could run in and really charge and attack it with the runner on.
Daniels getting plenty of work over there as a first pitch. Riley Moore grounds out to the third side, but not before the damage has been done. The Hills, unfortunately, have given up their 1-run lead, and it's only taken an innings for the Heat to answer. So,
yeah, Sturt, or any team really in that top 4 at the moment, you don't want to be giving up any errors against them at any chance. We had the tough catch off Bell White at second. We had the ball that dropped in, and then a wild throw that went between third and home. You get runs home like that, and all of a sudden, unfortunately, Sturt will capitalise.
So all to play for here as we move into the top of the second. Do you want to maybe put a message out to your special guest friend, and we can see if we can get the superstar on the mic as well? So,
Of course.
Shall I go around while she's sending that out?
Yes, great,
right,
great.
I'll take this one, you do the next one, all right?
Yeah, that's right.
So Sturt out there tonight. They've got Ruby Fidge pitching to Sarah Tonkin, Natasha Straps at first, Rachel Tonkin at second, Neve Adams at third, Belinda White at shortstop. The outfield left to right is Lauren Jury, Maddie Cameron, Abby Kennedy, and Riley Moore as the DP.
So Lara Temke, the right fielder, is the lead-off in the top of the second. Takes a first pitch strike from Fidge. Shows bunt, tries to catch him out. Fidge gets it, makes a quick hard throw, and she's got the out at first as the Hills leadoff is retired. Just see here on the CMAX replay, good shape bunt, but just went back a bit heavy towards the pitcher, and Fidge makes a quick throw, Straps adjusts.
Ruby's made a couple of good plays like that over the last couple of weeks. She's doing good things in the circle.
Yeah, well, she's had to definitely lift, obviously, you know, with the big sister no longer here, it's pretty much on her shoulders, and the impressive young Strandland as well. So speaking of impressive, we've got a special guest here with us this evening. It's Charlize Callahan from the Port Magpies. How you doing?
Hi, good, thanks. Thank you for having me.
We're honoured to have you. So we asked Charlize to come on. Obviously, it was the Indigenous round on Saturday, and unfortunately, due to the weather, Port weren't able to have their game streamed. So we're going to have a bit of a chat about some softball and some stuff over the next innings or two. Just seeing what's going on here. Peyton Daniels, the third base, who's had plenty of work so far in this game, is the next hitter up. Takes a pitch on the outside. So how you doing?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Batting in the 260s, having a good year. How's that back-to-back looking?
Yeah, looking good. You know, we've got some things to work on, but, you know, main thing is playing as a team, having fun.
Daniels grounds out to the right side as Natasha Straps fields the ball herself and makes the out for the second out. Centre fielder Maddie Rocha. How do you say that? Rocha. Got it right first time. First time I've ever said that. So I'm just scribbling here as we're going along. Takes an early strike here. So talk to us about the Indigenous round. It was a shame that we didn't get to stream it. Obviously, anybody that was here at the ground on the weekend saw all the flags and all the colour that was up, and obviously trying to recognise, the important day that it is. Obviously, the Magpies themselves also had a barbecue running. They had lots of things going on. So just talk to us about the importance of that. I'll jump in if there's something exciting happens. But
so it is the 3rd year of us running the Indigenous round, and it was really good day out, seeing all the clubs getting involved this year.
Vidge just knocks the ball down, and that's all she needed to do, is the ball just comes off the end of the bat for Rocher as the Hills are retired 1-2-3.
Yeah, so it was a really good round. Seeing all the clubs get involved this year was really good to see, because it is our club day, but we want all of the teams in Adelaide comp to get involved. It's really important to acknowledge and celebrate Aboriginal cultures. Also giving opportunities for younger Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders to come and play for softball and feel included and that they're in a safe place.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And you reckon we're doing a good job of that down here at Adelaide, or?
Yes, definitely.
So you're obviously, so are you the only Indigenous player in the actual league at the moment, the CMAX league?
Yeah, in the Premier League.
Premier League, yeah, for sure. Because I know that there was some other ladies also within the club.
Yeah, there's a few in our club. Port Adelaide has the most Indigenous players and officials.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it was an awesome day. Shame about the result in a close game. You guys played Sturt on the weekend, so in an important game as you're all battling for that vital second spot, double chance with West Torrens sort of pretty much locked in the first spot. Kicking us off for the top of the bottom of the second, it's Lauren Jury, the left fielder for the Falcons. Kistner bringing some heat here, is starting to throw rockets early here with good pace. Jury stays off the high one for a ball. Falls behind. Does Kistner. 2 balls on the leadoff. Coach Lucas had a big green light, wouldn't it? Swing away.
I think so.
Great comeback pitch there for a strike. You actually look at those signals that he does? He still got the band thing on?
Yeah,
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
We get a couple.
Off speed as much as Kistner throws, as she levels the count with a great comeback pitch to go 2-2 on the leadoff. Sturt Falcons 2, Hills Heat 1. We're in the bottom of the second. And Jury swings through for Kistner's first strikeout of the night.
Yes, Noah and Tyler seem to be working
forming
well as a combo.
Absolutely. If she was here a little bit earlier, could have put some heat on there, literally. So, yes, they've formed a good bond. Chili was just talking before you came on about her pitching, and obviously having a good relationship with the catcher is important.
Yes,
so
definitely.
Coming from her experience, of course. So do you actually like when the ball gets thrown to you, Chili, or are you just sort of thinking, seriously, how bad are things going if I'm pitching? Is it what's
you
the
gotta
go?
do what the team needs. I don't like it that much at all. It's a bit scary, and I'm a bit erratic when I chuck. So it's just really hoping for a strike.
That's all you can hope for.
Yeah.
Ruby Fitch she's fouled off her first strike. Go 1-1 in her count. KT has a fair look at it. That's no dice. 2 balls and a strike here, so great count for Fidge. 1 out for the Falcons, nobody on. Ball 3, strike 1 on the pitcher for the Sturt Falcons, Ruby Fidge. Behind over the plate as she fouls this one off down the first base line for strike 2, counts full. So when you're in a full count, what type of adjustments are we making? Are you showing the bat? Are you cutting the swing down? What are you doing?
Definitely cutting the swing down.
Yeah.
So making sure getting the ball in play or fouling it off if you don't like it.
As
Good
Fidge
at bat for Ruby.
takes it across the letters on the uniform and gets a well-picked walk. Rachel Tonkin, the dangerous number 9. Lee Hull, he's one of his favourite players, one of his favourite number 9s. So playing second base tonight. Shout out to you, Lee. Hopefully you're watching, mate. Hope you're getting better soon. Look forward to having you back on the mic. Tonkin shows bunt, but she pushes at it. And she just foul tips it. So it's 1 out for the Falcons. They've got a runner at first. Tonkin with a strike. Failed bunt attempt. Shows bunt again. Pushes it at this time. Fidge caught off the base path, and Aslan throws a good ball high, but Williams takes it at second. But in the rundown, as we see here on the CMAX replay, Fidge had come well off. Williams does a good job trapping the ball, but as it comes back, unfortunately, it's just spilled out of LaRosa's glove, and Fidge gets a second life here. Did that hit her?
No.
Did she, no, she
No,
just,
it
no.
didn't.
No, that was good. Good job out of Ruby there to get down and dirty.
Under this one, Tonkin, as Williams calls out Daniels, but then Daniels stands the ground and takes the catch in the infield for the second out. So for those that watch, obviously, the two people to my left. So Charlize, you normally play third, but I've been seeing you've been playing a bit of second this year.
Yes, I have.
Yeah,
So
is that
moving between the two.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, whatever
Is
the
that
team really needs.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's all right. Coach Lucas isn't listening. He doesn't watch this stuff. So as Tonkin goes smash out to left field, deep, and you can already see that the pinch runner that's come in has got to third on the extra base as Tonkin turns her 5-3 ground out from the first innings into a stand-up double at 2 out. What a shot that was. Jorgensen out there. Good throw coming in. Wasted no time that time around as the Falcons threaten again here in the bottom of the second. It's 2 out.
It's got the 2 young ones for Sturt on the bases. Abby and Ollie.
Is that right? Is that Ollie
Yeah.
Durham and
Abby Baston.
Abby Baston, right.
Yeah.
Great experience for the Falcons' next generation. Ball slammed up the middle by Adams, and that's going to not score just 1. It's going to score 2 as Neve Adams single up the middle scores 2. And that's the danger of this Falcons top 4. Just see here on the CMAX replay, not much anybody could do there. Just a great piece of batting, and it doesn't get any better, doesn't get any easier, unfortunately, with the Olympian coming to the plate at 2 out. Cameron to follow. The Falcons jump out to a 4-1 lead. That rundown of Ruby Fidge coming back to haunt the heat here. Change up away to White. White swings over an off-pace pitch there. 2 out. The count's 2 balls and a strike. Adams is the runner at first. Falcons 4, Heat 1, bottom of the second. Takes another high pitch away. 3-1. Big pitch coming up for Kistner here. Challenges her and gets White, and I've obviously not learned how to count because it was a full count.
That's
And
a big strikeout there
that's
for
a
the
massive
Hills.
strikeout. So
Gets them out of that inning.
So what can we do to, you were talking before about making it a safer and positive environment for young Indigenous people to be able to play. What can we do to help that?
I think, well, obviously acknowledging and respecting the culture. So the Indigenous round is super important for doing that.
Yeah.
Even running clinics and making sure like the same opportunities are given to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders
As it is to everybody
as it is
else.
to everyone.
Yeah, 100%. So, and how proud are you to obviously represent in that regard?
I'm super proud. So I'm Narangga Nukunu woman, super proud of my family and yeah.
Yeah, right. Just moving into the top of the third here, the Hills returning to the top of their lineup. Currently chasing the Falcons 4-1 here as the original leadoff, Talia LaRosa, whose first at-bat was a shot to right field for a stand-up single. Inside for a ball. Outside for a ball as working both sides of the zone is Fidge.
Talia's such a strong batter. I played softball with her up in Harndorf for a little bit, about one season, and she's like one of the nicest people you ever meet and such a good ball player. So it's good to see her out here again playing A grade.
You know she's a 4-time premiership player with the Eagles.
Wow.
So
Didn't know that.
that's my era. That's how far back that's going. I'm not too sure Taylor's going to be happy with the reference. So getting a couple of shout outs there online from some of your teammates, Chili, to get involved. Jess Maslin wants you to speak up a bit more as LaRosa picks a walk to start off the top of the third. We've got Charlize Callahan here from the Magpies to the end of the innings. We'll get Pete Williams back if he hasn't frozen himself out in the stands. Obviously, Noah showing bunt again. She's hasn't had a chance to clear her arms, unfortunately, tonight. She's always had LaRosa on in front of her, so doing the team thing. Shows it again in the box, though, so she's going to get another shot at it. She did actually strike out in her first at-bat by bunting on a third strike, as you just see here on the CMAX replay. And another good change of pace. Good pick-off attempt by Tonkin. Been trying to keep LaRosa pinned. She did the same in the first innings as well. Yeah, so just throwing you under the bus, Chili. That was Jess Maslin. That wasn't me, all right? So it's one out. It's Abby Jorgensen. What type of programs do Port do outside of, do they do anything outside? Like obviously you're talking about the clinics and stuff from like, do they run special clinics around Indigenous rounds or anything like that?
No, but we're looking like forward into the future. So next year we'll probably have some more bigger plans.
Yeah, right.
But getting up and running for the first few years is good, and then getting more people involved.
Yeah, yeah. Fidge here behind in the count. 2 balls and a strike to Jorgensen. LaRosa's at first. Takes a low pitch inside for a well-called strike to level the count at 2-2. Bit of an off-speed pitch there. Jorgensen goes with it on the outside and fouls it off down the first base line. So who have you got coming up on the weekend?
We have another bye on the weekend. Yeah.
Of course you do.
So back Wednesday next week,
Yeah, right.
I believe against Hills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Walkerville.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Some big games to finish there for the Magpies. Jorgensen leans back into this one as she lines the line drives it out to the left side. So Fidge working hard on the hitter here. Jorgensen, Hills have a runner on. It's only one out here in the top of the third. Tonkin does a good job keeping that ball in front as it's bounced into the breastplate. Jorgensen levels the count up. Sorry, comes a full count at 1 out. Drives it up the middle, waits for White to get there, but the lead runner's been called out, but the throw to Straps just gone wide on the inside of the diamond, and Jorgensen's safe.
That's really good thinking of Ruby there. Try and turn the double play.
So Williams, whose last at bat was a ground out to Adams on the left side. You just see here on the replay, you can just see that Bell just had to adjust because LaRosa stood up as she ran into to second base. She didn't slide, so White sort of had to throw around her, and because of that, the ball went inside and Straps wasn't able to recover it. 2 out now for the Heat. Tonkin, again, outstanding behind the plate, just knocks that down, keeps Jorgensen pinned at first. She goes smash over to the right side, but Tonkin stays low and easy as you like, makes a solid 4-3 as Williams hits both sides of the diamond for 2 ground outs for the night. Well, thanks for coming on, Charlize. We really appreciate it. All the best for the rest of the season in Premiership Defence. Obviously, you're always going to be known as Port Adelaide's grand final hero for your exploits in that big game. So, obviously, also playing in the junior state teams as well, 23s and so on. So, all the best for the rest of the season. Thanks for coming on for your time.
Thanks.
No worries. And hopefully Pete's around, because I don't... If you can see Pete, just grab him for us. All right, so we're going into the bottom of the third here. Oh, there he is. So the feedback we've been getting, Pete, is that we need to get Chili a bit more involved. She's pretty quiet over there, so we need to start hitting her with some questions. So, like, for example, when's spring training for the San Jose Spartans start?
That is a great question.
Oh, God.
I'm not too sure on that one, to be honest.
And San Jose, where is it? I mean, I know it's in America, but...
it's in California.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's about an hour from San Fran.
Oh, right. Well, that sounds terrible. So you and Sophie Roberts got the same travel agent, have you? I mean, like, she's going to Italy, you're going to California. Far out. So leading us off here in the bottom of the third, it's Maddie Cameron, the centre fielder. I see that you've got a little bit of an update for us down there on Diamond 2 for Bar 66 and Red Stars Cafe.
Yeah. 3-zip the way of West Torrens out there in the bottom of the 5th. So West Torrens doing plenty of hitting, 8 hits at this stage to 1 for Glenelg.
Wow. Who's on the middle for the Eagles?
The middle for the Eagles is Steph Trzynski.
Eagles just continue their winning ways at the moment. They were dominant on Saturday against Walkerville. That was a big game. So good change of pace by Kistner as Cameron gets called as swinging through.
So out there, they've had Lana Kaisler and Brody Borovnik have both had 2 hits each. One to Amber Hood, one to Steph Trzynski, one to Kelsey Nucky, and one to Danielle Baskai. And then for Glenelg, one's Katie Prest.
Big swing there.
Just having a look at the first 2 innings here, Hills will be looking to really try and knock Sturt down quickly. They've got the first, in both times the first 2 innings, they got the 2 outs with only 1 runner on, and then they've managed to let slide 2 runs each time.
Cameron goes inside out to right side, and what a great piece of fielding effort by Lara Temke. The ball spills in the effort, and Cameron makes her way to second, but look forward to the CMAX replay of this. What a great effort that was by the young right fielder out for the Hills Heat.
Huge effort, long set of arms. She got right in, got the depth, got the arm out. The ball's gone in, and it's just
full
bounced
dive.
out.
Yeah, the hitting the ground. What a great piece of fielding by the young Heat player. So Cameron now dangerously makes second here as the lead-off, bringing Straps to the plate. Ball low for ball 1.
So Taylor, a little bit quiet on the mic. Are you a bit of a talker on the diamond?
On the
Quite chirpy?
diamond, I love to be loud, but yeah, I'm a bit quiet in real life.
So Straps shows bun, and it looks like it was a squeeze because Cameron had come a long way off, and even when the ball went into the dirt, Cameron just kept going, and she's safe as she's basically stolen third. Aggressive running by the Falcons, highlighting the importance of this game. A win tonight for the Falcons catapults them into clear second, and they've still got a game up their sleeve as well, so no buys left for them. They'll play right through now, so that valuable second spot, double chance. Straps swings over the top of an off-speed pitch from Kistner. It's been working well for her.
When you had the Port duo in the chair here, was there much cheering going on for the Hills? I would have thought stopping Sturt, getting too much higher would be a bit of a priority of Port.
No, the girls seem to be completely oblivious to it. So change up by Kistner as Straps hands right out in front. So now we just talked about the, not following Coach Lucas's instructions and looking at his signals, and all right, every pitch is a green light. Just the usual stuff from young players on the rise that just do their own thing, this crew.
That's my understanding. The coaches are really just taking up a couple of spots out there on the diamond.
They're just there to drag the bat and the balls there and let the girls play. So.
Yeah, we love to have fun at Port. I mean, most of our trainings are just playing backwards softball. We all hit left-handed and field left-handed, so we're definitely all about having fun.
All right.
Oh, Kistner throws a rocket, just missing the inside edge of the plate. That allows Straps to get over to first on a well-picked walk here, as you just see on the CMAX replay. Didn't miss by much.
I reckon there might be a runner coming on for Cashier. Someone's coming in. I haven't quite picked the number up yet.
Well, considering that it's
23, maybe, and a third.
Considering that it's none out, and it's probably a pivotal time in the game in that regard. So, no disrespect to Straps' running, but obviously Coach Adams going to the bench to bring one of the young speedsters in and to really try and capitalise on that. Hannah Thu. So, haven't seen her before. So, have you seen her before, Taylor?
I'm not too sure.
Okay.
There she is out there at first.
Yeah. All right, so Rolly Moore, the DP, comes in with runners at 1 and 3 and none out. She's gone. Cameron comes down the line to protect the runner going from first to second. They play her at third. Cameron, job done. Runner makes second. And now the Falcons, none out. The DP at the plate. Runners at 2 and 3. Rolly Moore, big opportunity here. Break this game wide open. Swings hard and aggressive, and it's gone foul down the first base line. Moore already making an adjustment here behind in the count. And fouls this one off to stay in it. 2 strikes on the batter. Still, Falcons none out. Hills needing a double ground out here.
We've got a little break. Got some supporters, Chile, on the chatterbox here.
I'm not
We've
entirely
got,
sure you call them supporters. I mean,
Jessica Maslin says, loving the fact that Chile's on, but come on, girl.
yeah. More foul tips and stays alive. Just comes out Aslan's glove.
That one looked like it hurt a little bit.
Yeah. Big moment for the Hills here. Got to try and get a ground out here. Get an out and not give up that run. Cameron, she's fast and aggressive at third, so anything loose she's going to pounce on here. In the dirt, and she's going to get an opportunity as the ball goes wild. Cameron goes ahead and scores as the Falcons extend their lead to 5. Just see here on the CMAX replay, just the ball on the dirt. Just bounces in front of Aslan, just gets away from her over the glove and stops dead on the back of the fence. So Moore drives up the middle. Kistner does a good job of holding the runner at 3 as the Heat get a much needed first out.
Yeah, she did well. They held the runner up long enough. Obviously, we've got the speedier runner out there at the moment at third, but held her nicely. Good hard throw over to first, which was always going to be able to get the second if it came home, but held the runner.
Jury and Fidge to follow. Jury's first at bat was Kistner's first strikeout of the night and her only so far in 3 innings of work. First pitch here, grounds out on the right side, just past Kelly O'Brien's glove. Swings away on a pitch on the outside, does Jury. As she falls behind the count, no balls, 2 strikes. The runner through is at third, it's 1 out. The Falcons 5, Heat 1. We're in the bottom of the third. She just doesn't follow through on this one. She just chops at it and out in front, fouls off over the bench on the first base side, staying in the count. Kistner look a bit stiff at the moment. She just looks like she's trying to stretch out a bit of her shoulder at the moment. Great change up, as doesn't seem to affect her on that pitch, as she gets Jury's second strikeout of the night. Bringing to the plate her direct opponent as Ruby Fidge, the pitcher for the Falcons, picked a walk, got caught up in a rundown in her first at bat, which, if they'd got her, would have retired the Falcons and stopped a couple of runs going through. So she's been pitching well tonight, Fidge, been fielding very well, as Taylor pointed out before.
She's actually pitched really well, and that's 3 strikeouts for the match so far for her. Probably some very close calls as well that didn't go her way. So not saying that they weren't strikes, but the trusty man behind the plate, the legendary Kevin Tannering, you would never challenge him on anything. If it's not a strike, it's not a strike, and they weren't.
Yes, Mr. Reliable. As Fidge takes a strike on the outside edge.
Not sure, Taylor might be able to help me. It's known in this Hills team, they call strikeouts seats. Have you heard of that?
I have not.
Apparently they call them seats because it means the batter's got to go back and sit on one.
Right.
Fidge fouls this one off as she levels the count at 2-2.
I should say I'm reliably informed there by Aaron's Adam McDonald, who's also been extremely chirpy from the bench tonight and doesn't seem to have a quiet moment in her voice box. So I'll take it on word and take it on trust that she's right. That's what they call them.
Yeah. I'll take a word for it as well.
What we do need to ask Chili, one of the important questions, of course, is who does the playlist for the Magpies pre-game? And where did you get the world's biggest portable speaker from?
Well, both go to Zoe Thompson.
Zoe Thompson?
Yes, she does. She runs our playlist. Some of us take it over a couple times. Like Shelley, she likes to run the music. But the speaker is, I think she got it on sale for $600. So it is definitely works.
Yeah, we know. We can hear it. So I can hear it inside the club room. So Fidge picks her second walk for the evening. So at 2 out, she's replaced.
No chance we can get that speaker on loan for presentations at all?
Imagine the amount of money we'd save on PA equipment for nationals. Yeah, absolutely.
Just thinking business opportunities from a board person here.
So Rachel Tonkin, second base for the Falcons, comes up to the plate. 2 out with a runner at 1 and a runner at 3.
I must say, saw you warming up out there on Saturday. You say there's plenty of fun at Port Adelaide. I've never seen a team dance and play around as much as I have in a warm-up. I don't know how you even get to game time with energy.
Yeah, look, I don't know how we do it, but it's always great. We always are just having a fun time. I think that, that's why we won last year. We were just having a good time, really enjoying the moment and not stressing too much about it, just playing our game.
Tonkin fouls off over the grandstand here for her second strike.
What I think is good is you're also a very aggressive team. Both fielding, just everything is an opportunity in the field.
Kistner picks up another seat as she strikes out Rachel Tonkin for strikeout number 3 for the night. As she swings over a breaking pitch. Number 4, sorry, my apologies. Of course, Belinda White at the top there. As she picks up her 4th strikeout for the night, as the Falcons don't add any more other than Maddie Cameron on the pass ball. So the Falcons have extended their lead to 5.
Tash Strap's getting re-entered back in here, so she'll roll back up to first.
So the Hills will be in the middle of their lineup. It'll be the catcher, Tyler Asland, to lead them off. Chasing 4 at the moment they are.
Taylor, you're only young yourself. Getting into this sport and playing this sport for young people thinking of getting involved and being around it, what are the couple of things that you find attractive about this game?
I think the main thing about softball is just the family. Even people from not even from your club, you just feel like you're in such a great community with everyone around softball, and everyone's always so welcoming. I really that's the main thing, and then just building your friendships and having a good time. It's not too much of a aerobic sport, so it's good for anyone to play, really.
And I suppose given that you've been in it from obviously a very young age, so you've come through a lot of the young development squads and camps and that sort of stuff, there's a lot of those things that go on that then have you playing against those people through the grades and up into this level. Then you come against the likes of Bill White and Maddie Cameron and them who have been around for a while. I suppose that helps then every year turning up with people you know, and that, as you said, that small family within your team, but then the larger family within the community of softball. It's probably key to get involved in as early as you can, so you get that. But it's also not written off from someone who wants to come in at an older age. You get accepted anyway, Addie. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, my mum, she's kind of half retired now, but her and all her friends are still playing C grade, D grade, all of that. They're still having a great time playing the game. I think it's good for anyone.
Tyler Aslan takes a strike for her first pitch as she leads it off. She goes inside out and smashes the ball out to right field, but a great piece of fielding by the right fielder, Abby Kennedy, has retired Aslan as the Hills lead-off is caught.
She dug on one of the low ones there and got it out in front of her body, but just pushed it out right field, got a bit of air time.
Yeah, good fast hands there but good, well fielded, well judged at right field. Sasha Penglaze, who only took a pitch in her first at-bat as she grounded up to the pitcher. Been happening a bit tonight. Haven't seen so many balls hit to the pitcher for a while.
Yeah, I haven't quite been our game on the weekend, but versing Sturt must be something about Rita's pitching.
Penglaze goes to the right side. Kennedy does a great job for nearly gets a 9-3. She had to trap the ball as it's just bounced in front of her. So Penglaze just leans back, shoulder out. Kennedy was in nice and shallow and aggressively does a good job on the read. She just had to wait for the ball to bounce, and then great throw in. Straps, good lean out, great defense by the Falcons, but Penglaze just beats it out by a step.
Zoe Marich coming up for Lara Tamke now, by the look of it.
Yeah, right.
This girl is going to be a great player. I've seen her like working in the cages and everything. She goes to the gym every day. Like, she's very committed and already like doing great things.
And more importantly than all of that, Taylor, she's also one of the volunteers in the Red Stars Cafe. She's there every Saturday helping out my son Ryan in the front canteen, so she's also a ripper kid as well, so good luck to her.
I got the luxury, I guess you'd call, of being her assistant coach up at Harndorf at the moment. Absolutely at trainings, just listens to everything you say, listens to everything you're trying to help her with, but she's got a very powerful set about her when she gets connection with that ball.
Takes a pitch on the far outside, so levels the count at 1-1. The Hills have got a runner at first. It's 1 out.
And she's got Reggie as her coach up there, so fairly decent coach behind her as well.
You would think so.
Goes okay, Reggie.
Swings over that one from Fidge. Level the count 2-2. Yeah, Mum Stacey also helps us in the bar and on the cafe every weekend, so she's also a legend as well. So, takes a pitch on the outside. That's Fidge's third strikeout of the night, as Peyton Daniels, the third base, comes to the plate. 2 out now for the Heat.
And Peyton has been hitting all right lately. Again, another can get a really good strike on the ball and can get him to the outfield comfortably. She's has been in a bit of a form lately, especially in the B grade. She's been knocking a few of them around, so she'd like to bring it about here.
Daniels over to shortstop. White takes her time to collect the ball and uses that outstanding throw of hers to throw Daniels out. Hills threatened briefly for a second, as you just see here on the CMAX replay. Just waited to collect the ball and, like a baseball pitcher, throws it across the diamond for the third out of the innings. Want to help advance tomorrow's healthcare and get paid for your time? Log on to cmax.com.au. Taylor, one thing that we probably should have told you about earlier, but we tend to introduce it late so that, you know, it's easier to panic. But you're also responsible tonight for the CMAX Player of the Night. So obviously, as this game now goes into the fourth, the bottom of the fourth, any early candidates standing out for you that's been super impressive to be the CMAX Player of the Night?
Oh, I don't know. Both pitchers are chucking really well at the moment. Yeah, I'll have to keep an eye on it.
I think with her resume that you read out earlier, this is probably the biggest thing that's been on that list.
Yeah. I must confess, I've been a bit nervous tonight. Not that I'm smooth by any stretch of the imagination, but I have struggled tonight.
You were asking for an autograph.
She is intimidating, I'll give you that. So, speaking of intimidating, got a bit of baseball royalty in the house just down there on the third base line. Darren Fidge in there, checking out daughter Ruby on the mound. So, as we mentioned before, Millie Fidge just been named the Big West Player of the Week, so starting to make an impact already in only a couple of games, as we knew that she would, the superstar she is. So bottom of the fourth here, Falcons coming back through the middle of their line, top of their line, sorry. And there's some changes going on in the field.
In this little break, I'm going to give a shout out to Andy. Basically my personal photographer.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, go for it.
Love her out here on the weekends. Always getting some great snaps on the diamond.
Oh, yeah, she does all the photography. Yep.
I love it. So good.
Plays as well? She
I
played?
believe so, yes. She
used to
plays
coach
for
the-
West Torrens.
Yeah, used to coach the 12s last year. I don't know if she's coaching this year because she's obviously just had a child, so I don't think she was involved as much this year, but she does all of the media for the Adelaide comp. And so Sarah Tonkin at the plate. Her last shot was a stand-up double to centre field.
Good change of pace there.
The game over on Diamond 2 obviously is also finished. The Eagles have run out winners over the Rebels 3-0, so they continue to tighten that stranglehold on the minor premiership as they get ready for finals, which are just around the corner. Tonkin standing deep in the box.
I'm thinking that's... I thought I saw 44 on their number out at centre field, but that would be Peyton Daniels' number, so...
Speaking of Peyton Daniels, she's going to get a ground out from Tonkin over to third base. She's come up throwing, but the ball's just gone low. And a good effort by O'Brien to trap it, but Tonkin's fast enough. The athlete that she is, with all the work that she does outside with her own, there's her own like fitness brand. Taylor, you know much about that? Like she's got her own
ST Fit.
ST Fit.
ST Fit. One of my favourite Instagram accounts.
She's in all of it. You're always working out, so
yeah,
you can see
some good inspo.
And there, she's used that speed again, as she's now just straight up stolen second. And the Falcons aggressively keep pushing as Adams now has a runner in scoring position and none out.
And it's Mackenzie Ween out at centre field. Taylor, you're saying she does like her own fitness camp, boot campy type stuff, or?
Yeah, well, I think she just started personal training as well. So if you want to be trained by Sarah, hit up ST Fit. But yeah, no, she is in the gym every day. She posts her workouts, her meal prep, her journaling, everything.
Inside, fastball for Adams.
Sorry, for a minute there I thought she was saying I need to go to ST
I think
Fit.
I
sort of got a hint.
I did notice that Taylor sort of looked at me and sort of said, maybe a bit late for you, big fella, but maybe Pete could maybe benefit from it. So
I'll take up the challenge. Whatever you throw at me, Sarah.
it's very kind. Adams swings hard at this one, going back deep to the fence. Good catch taken at centre field. Tonkin, she's tagged up at second, gets to third, and Adams sacrifice to centre to advance the runner. It's a long shot here on the CMAX replay. Really well judged catch as it's going back towards the fence. I've got Maddie Rocher at centre field.
Nah, Mackenzie Wayne went out there.
So it is changed. Yeah, right. Sorry. Well, that's a really well judged catch. Belinda White struck out in her last at bat and gets after Kistner. First pitch on this one with a runner at 3 and 1 out.
Been a little bit quiet tonight, Belinda. I mean, she only really got on through that hard hit that came out the glove of Talia in the first innings. That it was a 50-50 whether she could have flown out to second there. Struck out in the last, so.
Running bunt attempt there by Belle White. So it wasn't a sacrifice out to centre field, as I've just been corrected by Jill Williams. And yes, she's right. She's right. But from the team perspective, Jill, what I'm talking about, it's
Who is that woman?
I don't know. I just what I need is somebody else yelling at me. That's great. So thanks, Jill.
I'll give you some tips of how to get around there.
And now I've got Brandon in my other ear. What's going on here? Outside as Krishna tries to keep the ball away from the hitting zone of White, which is pretty much everywhere, but behind in the count. And this time goes high.
I've learned with Jill Williams over 38 years that she might tell you off, but she doesn't really mean it. So you'll be fine, Anthony. She'll forget it tomorrow.
Mate, I've been married 25. I can assure you, I'm used to getting yelled at. So White behind in the count here. Doesn't matter as she smashes the ball with a line drive to a well-taken catch by Megan Williams at shortstop for the Heat as they get an important second out. Hill's done a good job so far of not giving up the run, but Maddie Cameron's been dangerous all night. She's already had a shot through shortstop before she hit the double to centre right. As you can just see here on the CMAX replay. Didn't even see the ball in the replay, she hit it that hard. 2 out for the Falcons, bottom of the 4th. Change of pace, but it clips the outside edge. Just misses, 1-1 for Cameron. So you're getting some direct feedback on the phone there, Chili? Is that what's going on there? Is that?
I am. Yeah, Hannah's telling me off for not talking as well.
I'll get her in a minute.
All right. Do you want to do the play-by-play? Because I do a terrible job with it. So maybe you can do the play-by-play. So force her into it.
I think you're doing a pretty good job.
Well, that's about the only person so far, Taylor. I appreciate it. I'll take that. I've got 1. 2. Cameron fouls off as she's aggressively behind in the count. Still getting some chatter from the producer as well. Far out, I can't buy buckets. So 2 out here, the Falcons. A runner at 3. Cameron's got the count at 2-2 with a couple of fouls. Already had a change of pace early in the at-bat. Kistner goes to it again, low this time. Cameron fouls it off to stay alive in the at-bat. Big fan of hitting the change-up, Chili?
No. I don't like change-ups that much at all.
Okay, so there's the scouting report out for all the opposition teams.
Yeah, I shouldn't have said that, but I love change-ups.
I don't think anybody does either, so. Oh, Cameron just gets a fastball on the inside. I tell you, a legend of the A grade who watches us all the time, Marianne Crawford, I can assure you in her career, has seen more change-ups than you can count and learned to hit them very, very well. So Cameron this time bounces the ball over the pitcher at Kistner, but Williams attacks it with good feet, and O'Brien does a good job of capturing that ball to make the important out so the run does not score.
No.
Just checking with Jill, that's okay. Yep, just making sure. I just got to run everything past Jill before we go any further. And the Hills do a good job, even though they were threatened by the Falcons in the top of the line, courtesy of a stand-up single to Tonkin to start the innings. So I just wanted to make a shout out, speaking of people that watch us, Joanne Marie from Geelong, who watches us apparently a fair bit. Obviously missed out on Saturday, which we didn't announce and we apologise for. So just wanted to shout out and say hi to Joanne. Thank you for watching us and we appreciate your support. So, top 5.
Righto.
Game in the balance here. Heat going to be coming back through the top of their line.
Got 20 minutes to go. You probably get 1, maybe squeeze 2, depending on how quick they get through innings in. KT on plate. I'm sure he'll want to get the game done as soon as he can, though. Rest the body. Taylor. Short-term goals, long-term goals for the future. They want you to talk, so I'm trying to help you. What are your short-term goals? Next 5 years, what are you aiming to achieve?
Next 5. I think first off is have a good Aussie training camp. Hopefully make a team to go to Canada. Play really well there, and then use that as momentum into college and have a good career there.
So, just checking, sorry, Kelly O'Brien's coming to the hitting lineup?
No, that's Mackenzie Ween come in for Maddie Roker. She's number 9.
Oh, okay, so, yep, gotcha.
But yeah, and then long term, hopefully one day making Olympics. Yeah, have a spot in that Aussie spirit.
2028, Los Angeles.
Okay, LA, yeah, good point, yeah.
They're not going to throw away an opportunity to have a team sport medal chance. So
She might be sick of America by then, though.
So San Jose Spartans, did you pick San Jose or did they sort of chase you?
It's a bit of both. Basically, I'm signed with Athlete's Dream, which is a recruiting agency, and they put my profile out, which has all like video footage of me playing and my reports and all of that, and they put it out, send it out to colleges, and then they get in contact with you if they're interested.
So Spacequake can't take the credit for showing you to the global audience.
Well, I think they've definitely got a bit of credit there.
Yeah, right,
Their videos are in it.
Right, there you go, Brandon. See, Brandon now, he's up and about. The producer, Brandon. That's another one that he signed off to the college system. Have a look at him.
Yeah, no, doing good.
Yeah, Jerry Maguire over here. Strike out to the lead-off player for the Hills. Brings them back to the top of their line to Talia LaRosa, who's been on both times tonight so far. You got a thanks from Andy there, Chili. So you...
No, I think I can contribute a lot to Spacequake, to be honest. Like, I wouldn't have any video footage, really, if they weren't here. So, thanks, Spacequake.
Mum down the park with an iPhone just sort of watching your game.
Yeah, it doesn't go as well.
So, Fidge really into some rhythm here now. 1-1 on the Hills lead-off.
That's one of the benefits, obviously, apart from what we get to show to the broader audience all over the world. It's one of the benefits to the players here is they get that good quality vision about them throughout the year that gets the eyes watching from places afar.
Yeah. Well, I don't think you needed to go on Athlete's Dream because the reality was, I think, the athlete that you are, it was always going to happen. Ground out over to Tonkin at second. To be so tall for a shortstop, you know, traditionally they're sort of lower to the ground type players and, you know, and stuff like that. But some of the players that I've watched you in the Gillies and the 23s and all that stuff, and no, you've always been a joy to watch and love the way that you go about it. So if we don't get an opportunity before the end of the season, before you head out, all the best for your time over in the Spartans. So they've got a Facebook page, they've got an Instagram account, so don't worry if she's not talking much tonight. You can watch her bat do the talking when she's over playing for the San Jose Spartans. We can't tell you when pre-season is. Noah gets her first time to swing the bat tonight, and she smashes the ball to Neve Adams as the Hills are retired 1-2-3, but what a reflex catch that was.
Have a look here on the replay. Just drives it straight at her. Glove goes up, head pops out the way, and it just stuck. Take them.
Yeah. Even Bell White seems to be sort of impressed behind her there. Good catch, Neve. So, just... Was that a ghost bat, was it? I don't think Neve realised that, yeah, no, I've got it. What's everybody going on about? So,
lovely piece of fielding. Stayed in her position, didn't get scared of the ball and took it in the glove.
CMAX Clinical Performance Player of the Day. We're in the last 15 here, Chili, so the pressure is literally on. So you need to start coming up with that. CMAX want to help advance tomorrow's healthcare and get paid for your time. Log on to cmax.com.au. Walkerville, it's their club day this Saturday, so there'll be no telecast game, unfortunately, this weekend, but they're playing this Saturday at 2 p.m. The Cats will be running a barbecue down here just outside the club room, so come and support that. And for all those Walkerville people coming down to watch the A's, the B's and the other teams that they've got all sort of playing around just off to the left of Diamond 1. So Walkerville Club Day, come down, support the Cats and grab yourself a bit of barbecue, come inside and grab yourself a drink and come out and watch some great softball. Natasha Straps is leading off the bottom of the 5th here for the Falcons. Straps early, 2 balls, halfway to first already. Probably the fastest pitch of the night by Kistner. Absolute fireball, just across the plate, smashing into Aslan's glove for the first strike of the at-bat.
That's a good spot there by Noah. Definitely making Tash thinking there.
Yeah, absolutely. 3 balls and a strike. Good count here for Straps. Kistner hits the outside edge, acknowledges Aslan.
Quite chirpy still in the field out there, Heat.
Yeah, their spirit, they've been really positive tonight. They've been up and about. It's been really impressive by them. Change of pace, and Straps does a good job getting through. A single and her second walk for the evening. The DP come out of the game.
Abby's come in, Abby Kennedy.
Abby Kennedy, who's been playing out at right field, has come in to have her first at-bat of the game. Assistant Coach Bill White just coming in, having a chat to Coach Adams. So as we were saying before, Chili, yeah, obviously the Spartans, they can be followed on social media and all the rest of it. So if you want to keep a track of how she's going when she's overseas, so you don't know where spring training starts. So NCAA 1, so I'm assuming, so that's like you're going to be going, like the season's going to be going. Like, do you know when you're leaving? Or?
Oh, yeah. I'm going in August. I
Right.
think I have to be on campus on the 14th.
All right.
And then training starts pretty much after that.
Of course, there's the study part too. That's
Yeah.
the thing. All right. So,
What are you studying?
Kinesiology. It's kind of like human movement and physio, chiro, all of
They
that
have that
mixed
tape,
together.
don't they? Kinesiology tape, or kinesi something tape. It's a tape, strapping tape that you can put on you. It's something to do with that. I've seen it
I'm
written
not sure.
somewhere. I'll run with it.
Kennedy shows
Ooh,
bunt,
good bunt.
executes a great bunt, and nearly gets safe herself, but she's advanced the runner via sacrifice to second base.
Anthony No Rummer scored.
Sacrifice bunt, Jill. So the Hills Heat defense jumps in all over it, but Kennedy comes in, first pitch, job done. Coach Adams super happy because now Lauren Jury.
They got Jessie Keach in here.
Jessie Keach.
Oh, Jessie Keach, sorry. I was just looking at the number going, that's not a 7, that's a 8. So Jessie Keach coming in to hit for Lauren Jury. Runner in scoring position, 1 out here for the Falcons. Heat probably wanting to try and tidy this innings up as quickly as they can. They're about 4 minutes away. Kevin Tannenbrings just had a quick look at the watch there, so the clock's on. We've got 4 minutes from an extra inning starting. Keach takes another pitch.
Ruby Fidge, the pitcher who you said the pitchers are the two that you're looking at the moment.
Fouled off to the right side. So you're not suggesting with physio and stuff like that that you're a good student as well? Are you serious?
Yeah, I do all right.
Oh my God. Is there anything that you're not good at, just out of interest?
Oh yeah, I can't swim. That's something. Or sing. Like those two, we're gonna steer clear of.
Keach goes down looking. So Hills 2 out, but the clock's on. 3 minutes to get themselves an out to get another bat to try and take the points in this game. They're currently chasing 4. Ruby Fidge had a couple of walks tonight, so she's gone deep in both counts. So Kistner attacks straight up with the first pitch.
Can't sing. So you're telling me, and all those people I heard singing in Port's warm-up the other day, and all the people I've heard in the 23s and Open singing, you're not one of them? Or
Well,
are
I am
you the
singing.
voice we can't hear that's...
No, I'm definitely singing, but yeah, you probably don't want to be hearing it.
Just misses, does Kistner on the outside, 1-1. And so you don't swim. So you realise near California there's a beach and stuff, right? You know, that's a big thing over there apparently.
Surf?
Yeah.
Can you surf?
I do have a surfboard.
What happens if you fall off the surfboard?
Then we have a problem.
Fidge takes another pitch on the outside, halfway onto her third walk of the night. 2 balls and a strike. Clock ticking away here for the Heat. Low and inside. Needs to challenge.
Any other sports growing up other than softball?
Yeah, I played netball for basically as soon as I could, so like 5 years old till about year 6, I would say. No, until like year 8, I reckon. And then I played footy.
Grounds out to the pitcher as she gets another play, does Kistner, and she makes it. And just in the nick of time, the Heat get themselves one last at-bat.
So KT out there telling them to hurry up, let's get game on. We've got another innings. Got a minute to go, let's keep playing.
Still got an opportunity here to get 4 back. Falcons taking the field.
1 minute to go. KT tells us 1 minute to go, so he's happy to keep going.
Well, as we said, it's been great having you on the line tonight. As I said, looking forward to your CMAX Player of the Night. Want to get involved with improving tomorrow's healthcare? Log on to cmax.com.au. So looking forward to your Player of the Night. That announcement's coming shortly by Taylor Chillingworth. So still trying to come to grips with the fact that you can't swim. Sorry, that's just blown me away. Like, you're a supreme athlete. You can do everything well, and yet, okay. So all good.
I'm a supreme athlete and I'm not a great swimmer either, so.
Okay, jury's out on that one. So Abby Jorgensen is going to lead off the top of the 6th, the final innings tonight on your CMAX live coverage here of the Premier League. So West Torrens have beaten the Rebels 3-0 tonight. The Falcons looking like they're about to jump straight into second spot. So
It's been a funny game tonight because there's not really been an obvious standout. Like normally when you watch games like this where it's 5-1, it's not a massive scoring game, but it's a...
Jorgensen tries to get herself on the highlight reel as she line drives that ball to shortstop. But the very casual Belle White just takes it out of the air as if she can field 50 of those a day, no problems at all. Jorgensen, great piece of the ball, but Belle White, she just makes everything look too easy. 1 out for the Hills.
Yeah, so as I was saying, I mean, Noah's pitched really well for the Hills. Probably just a couple of errors is what's really got those runs over the line early in the game. As far as Sturt's gone, Ruby's pitched quite well and she's found herself up on base a couple of times.
Fouled off over the producer Brandon here. On our right is the shortstop Megan Williams, who's taken a good catch herself tonight.
Sarah Tonkin with a couple of hits.
She's been great behind the plate. Adams has scored and had a good shot to left and had some good fielding. So basically what we're trying to do is we're trying to lean you in no particular direction, Chili. We're just trying to give you all the options.
I'm just hoping that whatever names we
I
said then, we've put you off.
No, I have one in mind.
Oh, she's got one in mind. There we go. Bang goes Williams high as Cameron judges it in the night sky for a good catch out at centre field. And that's the second out for the Heat.
Are we online? Is one of the names we've said there, is that one of the ones you got in mind?
Yes.
Right.
So coming to the plate, replacing the catcher Tyler Asland, it's Aaron Adams McDonald, number 18, coming in for an at-bat. Heels down 5-1 to the Falcons in the top of the 6th. So the obvious question there, quickly to finish up, Chili. I mean, who'd you rather face in the first? Like, I mean, Torrens or Walkerville or Sturt? You got a preference or?
Not really. I reckon if we get on a good roll with the next 3 games and have positive vibes going into the finals, I think we should do good against anyone, really. I'm confident.
One of the talented young players in Adelaide softball, Aaron Adams McDonald, gets an at-bat here against Ruby Finch, who's having a fairly good night. Good change of pace. That's what's been impressive for the Falcons, is that they don't have any sort of standout stars in the circle, as you know, like they've had Millie and so that they've had before. But Ruby has done a great job, Strandlin's done a great job, and a lot of credit's got to go to Sarah Tonkin with the work that she does behind the plate. She really has become one of the best catchers getting around in the Premier League.
Yeah, it'd be fair to say I'm not sure Sarah knows where the back net is, because nothing really gets there when it comes at her. Very rarely does it get past her.
Doesn't like running towards the fence at all, no.
Not for someone who's a PT. You'd think the up and the move would be really good for the...
Another change of pace over to White at shortstop. McDonald's is fast, but not fast enough as White retires her with a 6-3, her 4th of the night, as the Falcons have run out winners over the Heat. 5-1 here on Wednesday night. Premier League live softball action from West Beach and Garnerland. Taylor Chillingworth, the weapon, as Spacequake dubbed you in the lead-up. What's the CMAX player of the night?
I reckon the player of the night is Neve Adams. She drove in 2 or 3 runs, I'm pretty sure, and then had that really nice catch in the second last inning. So
yeah,
goes to her tonight.
Definitely sets some momentum. She does that plenty of times. It's a dangerous top part of the lineup for the Falcons. So that jumps them into second spot. They've still got a game up their sleeve, so the Falcons are the real deal. They're looking like they're going to face Torrens maybe in that first final if things keep playing out as they are. So exciting games to come. Remember, Walkerville Club Day this Saturday, so make sure you get down and support the Cats. And the next live stream will be next Wednesday night. Next Wednesday it's International Women's Day, and so it'll be an all-female broadcast team led by Steph Trzynski, Lana Kaisler and Kylie Weatherstone making up the 3. So that'll be an interesting bit of couple of eras there, old era and the current era. So said that out loud.
Past the knowledge, experienced eras.
Taylor Chillingworth, thank you so much for coming on tonight. Regardless of what your teammates said, you've been a joy. And we wish you all the best in the finals, and also wish you all the best in your journey to the Spartans. Board Director Pete Williams, thank you for your help this evening.
No problems.
To Charlize Callahan, thank you for coming down on a cold Wednesday night to share some great information around the Indigenous round and the great work that the Port Adelaide Softball Club does there. To producer Brandon, our favourite producer of all time. That's all from us here at West Beach. We'll see you next Wednesday.